What's up, guys? Just giving you a little off-season update, progress, vlog, whatever you want to call it. First off, though, man, gotta love that it's pretty much the start of summertime here in eastern Washington. For some of you guys that didn't know, I'm on the east side of the state, Spokane, Washington, which is the second largest city in Washington state. I'm on the opposite side of Seattle, which most of you guys are familiar with. What's nice about eastern Washington is we get a lot more kind of sunny days as opposed to like Seattle. You're going to get more rainy, gloomier days. So we usually have pretty nice summers here. It'll definitely get pretty hot. It'll definitely get up to 100 degrees probably by July, August. And I'm definitely a sun guy. I freaking hate winter months. As some of you know, I lived down in Arizona for 5 years, and oh my gosh, I miss the sun so much. And actually, I'm strongly considering making a move back down south, whether it be back to Arizona, or I'm actually considering Austin, Texas. I've been hearing a lot of amazing things about Austin, and I have some friends down there that I met actually in Arizona that now live in Austin, and have just been raving about it and telling me how much they love it and stuff like that. Plus, from what I hear, the economy is really good right now down in Texas. So that's something that I'm actually considering. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of over living in Washington State right now. I'll tell you the biggest thing that actually is the worst thing for me, guys. I love how this is supposed to be an off-season update. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of going off track here, but that's kind of what happens with these vlogs sometimes. Anyways, I think that the worst thing, though, that I hate about living in Washington State as opposed to when I lived in Arizona is literally like the dating scene. When I was down in Arizona, I was always dating girls. Like my ex-girlfriend was in Playboy, total beautiful girl, and then you come to and then I moved to Washington 2 years ago, and I feel like I've barely even dated at all because I'm just not attracted to the women here. I mean, I hate kind of ragging on the girls here, but most of the girls here are either A, overweight, B, have kids, like don't take care of themselves. Just not my kind of girls, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very picky when it comes to the girls that I date. So yeah, like my dating life here has been freaking horrible in 2 years. I feel like it's just gone down the crapper. So I feel like almost just unless I want to stay single the rest of my life, I need to get the hell out of here. So that's another big reason I need to move. But okay, so back to off season. So anyways, guys, I'm still doing my best to reverse. I'm staying within I'm still around about 250 protein to 275 protein, 250 to 275 range. Carbohydrates, I'm usually doing about 300 a day. And then fats, I'm trying to keep them between 60 and 70 grams. And my weight is kind of still staying, which is nice. Kind of in those high, right now I'm kind of like in the high 190s. So I think as long as I can stay like at least kind of like cap my weight at like 200, I think it's pretty good. Like I said, guys, you remember my stage weight was 188 pounds at the Washington State show. So I'm about, let's say about, just a little over like maybe like 10 pounds over, which I don't think is too bad. Anyways, one thing I still am doing too, which I'm kind of pat on the back for myself because I've never done this after a show, is obviously it's to keep my weight down too, is I'm actually still doing cardio, even doing like hit sessions and stuff like that. I actually plan on going to the track later today and going to run in some sprints. And so and obviously on days too that I'm not doing hit, like last night I literally did 30 minutes of low intensity cardio on the I love doing my cardio on the upright stationary bikes. So I'm still doing cardio, which is definitely, like I said, usually like once off season starts, I'm like cardio, never again until my next prep. So this is totally a different kind of approach that I'm taking. Like I said, guys, my goal is to stay leaner this off season as opposed to my off seasons in the past. I mean, I kind of, the way I see it is, imagine how much leaner I could get if I start my next prep at least like 10 pounds lighter than I did this last prep. It just means I'm going to get that much better condition. So that's kind of the reason why I'm trying to stay leaner. Like I said, guys, that whole kind of and Mark Lobliner just did a great video on it about, I think he called it like bulking is stupid. It's kind of true. And this was like, I kind of regret, I kind of took that approach last off season where I just kept on wanting to see the scale keep going up and up and up. And I remember, I'll never forget, the highest I saw the scale last off season was 218 pounds of muscle, right guys? No, come on, that was a bunch of, it's kind of what I was telling myself in my head, but I think we all know that it's all just a bunch of extra fat that you're putting on, that if you compete, it's just extra fat that you're gonna have to take off once you diet down again. So for me, I must have wasted probably a good, let's just say even 8 to 10 weeks taking off that extra, this past prep, taking off that extra weight that I put on. So that's why I just don't wanna, do that this prep. So, another topic that I wanted to get into before I close this is my training. I'm still kind of in search on what exactly the approach that I want to take as far as my off-season training goes. I'm still, just for now, because I'm still kind of thinking about what I want to do, I'm still kind of doing my kind of a customization of like legs, push, pull in a way. But I'm kind of like, I have like a separate day that I kind of focus on arms, and like I said, I'm trying to prioritize on arms, and I'm also like on back day. Like I said, on back day, I'm doing back and traps. Like I said, guys, I'm really gonna try to start to hit seems like the two main things that people kind of said that I need to work on are like traps and arms. So those are kind of the two, obviously, and hamstrings. That I'm going to kind of focus on mainly this off season. So it's kind of like a hard kind of thing, trying to find a program that kind of has everything that you need as far as bringing up weak areas, focusing on improving your strength, improving muscle size, all that stuff. Obviously the popular thing with most of my other natural friends is doing, they all love doing those powerlifting programs like Shaco, Wendler's 531, is it what, Smoloff? You hear a lot of those. DUP, I know a lot of people are doing that. I am interested in those. The only downside I sometimes don't like about powerlifting programs is, like I said, it seems like it is kind of hard to focus on like weak body parts, like where do you like, if like for arms or something like that, or that's the one thing I don't like about those. It just seems like the maybe your accessory work is kind of put on the back burner, and you're mainly focused on just squat, deads, and bench, which have their place. But I don't know, sometimes as a bodybuilder, I still think that we need that kind of sole focus on when you're trying to bring up weaker body parts, that sole focus on that specific individual muscle group. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And also too, the one thing I dislike about some of those powerlifting programs is your freaking joints get so freaking taxed. So I mean, you're constantly walking around with knee aches and elbow aches, and I mean, to be honest, I care more about improving weaker areas than a PR on my big three. Personally, like I said, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm not a power lifter. Nobody knows how much you lift on stage. I'm not saying that there's definitely not a place though for, usually when you're improving your strength and stuff like that in the off season, you're improving your muscle gains as well. So, and if any of you guys have any suggestions on maybe what training program you think I should do, go ahead and let me know. Like I said, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what approach I want to take. All right, guys, have a good one.